Namaste, beautiful friends. This is Elle with Sacred Union Spiritual Wellness, a channel dedicated to uplifting and enhancing your spiritual well-being. Please, if you are new to my channel, consider hitting that subscribe button. If this reading resonates with you, also hit the notification bell so you know when I post new readings. Today, I'm going to do a reading just for the general collective to see what energies are floating around out there. I will be using the Shadowscapes Tarot by Stephanie Law. I will be using the Shadowscapes Tarot by Stephanie Law as well as the Soul's Journey Oracle by James Von Praagh. Check out those decks if they resonate with you. First, I'm going to start by pulling an oracle card, but I will say that during the pre-shuffle, a couple of cards stayed on the table. Those are always cards that I pull because they do have significant meaning. So let's get started on this reading for you. I'm going to pull 2 oracle cards, and then I will pull 5 tarot cards, and then I'll interpret. First one, empathy. I am open to seeing both sides of a situation. So this is not becoming polarized, especially now with what's going on in the media, in the world, in the conditions, in the situations. Try to withdraw the judgmental energy and be in your heart space and look at things from an empathetic point of view. Acceptance. I am learning to accept the things I cannot change or control. If it is not something that you can control or change, it is probably best if you divert your energy to things that are going to be more productive for you. You're going to be happier with those outcomes. Little life advice. All right, let's get to the tarot. Now, in this deck, I do not read reversals. Neither of these came out in the reverse, and I don't read oracles in reversals. Those are just the way I read the energy. The first card that remained on the table was the Fool card, the very first card of the Major Arcana. This is a 0 number, and to me, this is a blank slate. This is fresh energy, brand new. We haven't even made it to the first step yet. This is incoming. Now, knowing that this time of year, we are just entering Aries season, we have just started the new zodiac calendar, and there's so much new, fresh energy coming in, especially at the galactic current sheet as we go through. All of this energy is coming in. It's just incredible. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but things are rapidly changing. Things are coming to illumination. And it's almost like we're raising our consciousness. I'm going to talk about that in a minute with the Moon card. But this is like the first step in the collective consciousness, elevating beyond the polarization. So the second card that stayed on the table was the Moon card. Of course, this is the 18 card, which is in numerology a 9. And 9s are about detaching and allowing the revelations to change your consciousness. But in order, you have to detach from some of your old belief systems, your old understandings. In order to move to the next step, you have to be willing to release things that no longer serve you and belief systems that weren't really the truth. And those are the things that are coming out. The Moon card is a feminine card. It is Piscean energy. It is ruled by Neptune, and you know that we've just had big Neptune conjunction. But it's about your intuition, your consciousness awakening. we all know this is the Great Awakening. The collective consciousness is awakening. And this is what it is. And we can't be in polarized energy if we're awakening. We have to be able to see that other people's programmings and information consumption and belief systems have made them believe and see the perspective a certain way, and it may differ from ours. We have a different experience in life too. And our programming may be different. Our belief systems may be different. We need to have empathy for the belief systems of others, even if they contradict ours. It could be as simple as what news you consume and how that has formulated your belief system. And now that all of that seems to be unraveling, we're all starting to realize that what we all believed in some way, shape, or form has been a lie. That's what this moon card is about. But now we get to start over. We get to start to recreate our reality from an elevated perspective, an elevated consciousness, and we can make this a better world as long as we are willing to detach from the mistruths, the disinformation, and really, quite honestly, the bullshit that has been thrown at us for decades, and we start to see things with a new perspective. The paradigm has shifted. Okay, let's get into, let me put these on either side here because I want these as reminders that underneath this reading, the whole energy is new. This is a new consciousness. This is a new elevation. This is a new reality. And now we do need to align our energy and our thoughts with that reality. Sorry, something fell. All right. I'm going to pull 5 tarot cards. The High Priestess. Okay, sometimes the 8 of Wands. That's movement energy for me. Sometimes the High Priestess is kind of quiet in their consciousness awareness. And sometimes that's where the empathy comes from. Realize that your High Priestess energy is informing you to listen, learn, see things from a different perspective. Be empathetic toward your fellow human being, to your fellow sentient beings out there, not just humans. We are learning some really malignant and malicious things, and it hurts our soul. It hurts our collective soul. It hurts our consciousness. But we have to persevere and become more and more aware. It was almost a lapse in awareness. And I'm not blaming. I'm just saying that we are so distracted by so many other things that horrific things are being done to other sentient beings on this planet. And we really can't stand for that anymore if we have empathy. We just can't. All right, let's get to it. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Wands. This is a new way of interacting with our new reality. We need to realize that we control the reality that we are living. Thoughts are things. Emotions are energy. And our energy, our electromagnetic energy, the heart-brain coherence, is what fuels the reality. And we really need to start being diligent about how we are programming the reality with our electromagnetic field, our personal electromagnetic field, and how we interface with the electromagnetic field of the quantum and of the planet. Okay, so that is this, but we're going to talk about that some more too. So let me, oh my, okay. All right, so we have to be in our consciousness energy, really in this high priestess energy. So basically, look at everything through your lens of being a soul in a human body and being a fractal of the divine, that we now have a role to play. Once you see it, you cannot unsee it. So, what are you going to do about it? We are going to have to start changing the way we interact. We also have the Hanged Man. Now, the Hanged Man was somebody who just wasn't ready to see the reality, and none of us really were. But it hit us in the face, blindsided, sucker punched. And we are all just dropping our jaws saying, WTF, how did we let this happen? And we want to blame. We've all played a part in our awareness. We've all played a part. And now it's time for us to take responsibility and show that we are going to change the way we construct this new reality, the new earth. This is what Dolores Cannon was talking about. We had to see the truth in order to change. And it hurt. It still hurts. It will hurt for the rest of our lifetimes. Our souls will carry this forever. It was an incredibly difficult, hurtful, disastrous lesson to learn. But it was obvious that we all came here to learn it all at the same damn time. And it sucks. And we can never let this happen again. We need to focus our efforts on creating a grand new place for sentient beings to exist on this planet, to come here, to learn their soul lessons, to grow and to develop in a healthier, safer space. And that, my friends, falls on each of us. All right, so I see the Six of Swords here. Whew. That's that energy of moving on. It's kind of a peaceful energy. It's acceptance. It's acceptance that this should have never happened. And I know you all know what I'm talking about. I don't want to bring it up here. I truly don't. Because every time it feeds the energy, it gives it more power. We have the Eight of Wands here. And then we have this Ten of Cups. This is the emotional healing we really are all going to have to do. But there is a brighter outcome. But it's going to take all of us as a collective to make that happen. The Eight of Wands is action. Wands are action. Purposeful, intentional action to ensure that we're all doing our part in making the new earth a place where all feel included, accepted, and that we all come from an empathetic lens of understanding instead of judging, compassion, tolerance. That is the new reality that we all have to build through our energy. We are lacking earth energy here. So this is soulful stuff. We cannot manifest this new earth, this new reality, until we have done this work as a collective. Each and every one of us. This is a 1 card, Ace, 1. Each one of us must act in alignment with a better world for all. That's why we have this opportunity with this Fool card. Everything has been illuminated in the moon. This moon energy. And I know we've had a couple of lunar eclipses. There was just a full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces. I mean, if you didn't feel the shift after that, I went out and photographed it. I think I'll post a picture of it. But that you could feel the shift. And quite honestly, the shit that has been revealed has been mind-blowing. But we needed to hear it, folks. We gave away our power. And now we have to empower ourselves and others in a positive energy. Also, look where Neptune is in your chart. The Fool card is air energy. This is Uranus, and we've had another conjunction with Uranus recently. That is absolutely no joke why these cards came out. 9 and a 1. It's the ending of the old earth. And the last vestiges of power and a lower conscious behavior have become illuminated, and we all know, and now we can't unknow. So what do we do from here? We rise as a collective, as humanity, in support of other sentient beings on this planet, because quite honestly, it's not just about humanity. It's about the sentient souls that live and exist with us here. We are responsible for them. So, all right. Underneath that was 2 of Wands, choice point. It's your decision. How you frame the new earth and how you contribute to our new reality is partly your responsibility, and it's partly my responsibility. It's everyone's responsibility. And we need to find meaningful purpose in our alignment with that energy, with what we manifest intentionally. And then we need to become more aware of what we have allowed to be manifested unintentionally. Truly, it needs to be upwards and onwards from here for our consciousness and our awareness. Because I feel like if we don't uplift, we are going to sink in such a depth of depravity that it's unfathomable. It's not a place I want to be. I'm going to be in the new earth. If I have to create my own all by myself, that's where I'm going, folks. And I hope you join me there. On that note, I hope you have a wonderful day. I look forward to seeing you in the next reading. Until then, namaste.